Welcome to Selfish Confidence, a place where we can connect and be real about how hard it is to be your damn self. I'm your host, Jess, and my goal is to help you build confidence and belief in yourself to live any life path you want, even if it's unconventional. It's time to break down those barriers and connect with women who've also felt on the outside by their life choices. We're encouraging you to grab the mic and speak your truth. I know it can be scary, but we're in this together. We got this. Let's dive in. Hello, good morning, and happy Motivation Tuesday. This didn't come out yesterday because, well, I forgot I had an oil change right at the exact same time. I don't even know why I booked it like that. This is in my calendar for a reason, but I am really excited to be hopping on with you on this Tuesday, and it is looking magical outside here in Halifax. The snow is falling nice and lightly, and it's just looking like an absolute dream outside, and I wanted to talk to you today about daydreaming. And you know those moments when you kind of like shake yourself and you're like, back to reality, like, come on, like, get here. And you shake your head to like kind of like shake out of the daydream that you're in to come and snap back into the real world. But what if that wasn't the case? What if you were to live in your daydream? And this has been on my heart all week. I think because I've started to build my life in a way that I have always dreamed of. And I'm forming my days around what I actually want. And to you, that might sound absolutely crazy. And you're just like, Jess, like, must be nice. Wish we could all do that, right? But you have the power to do that too. What's going on in that head? What's going on in that daydream that you have to shake yourself back into reality for? Is it that you were able to spend a really nice and slow morning walking your dog or going out in a way that feels really good for you, or being able to build your schedule in a way that excites you? Or maybe it's a job that you want to be promoted into, and that's the dream that you have. You watch your boss float around the office and you're just like, someday that's going to be me. What is it for you that you dream about during the day when you're bored, or you dream about when you want to just live in an alternate reality? What is that alternate reality? And I think once we start to learn and figure that out, the closer we can take steps to get there. A year ago, I had no idea what my daydream was. We were not living in this house. We were living in a place where I just like did not feel aligned for me, although it was a great place. It was a good house. It wasn't what I wanted. And once we start to learn those things, even if we're living in the good, what could take you into that great? What could take you into that daydream life that you've been wanting for so long? Is there a few steps, a few little things that you could take to get there? And as I was thinking about this all week, I realized that we often are told our whole life to don't quit your day job, don't live in that dream life that you have. But what if you were? What if you had that on your heart for a reason? That dream that's there was there for a reason, to push you in the right direction, to remind you that it's possible. Society and our parents and the world have told us for years that dream didn't matter, that was too weird, too out there. This is a podcast and a place for people who are weird and who are out there, who want to live unconventional lives and want to do things differently. So if you're here and you're sitting here and you're listening to this, I'm assuming you're feeling the same way. You're feeling a little stuck in where you are, and you're stuck in that reality zone, and you want to be living in your daydream. And I challenge you to really figure out what that daydream is. Pinpoint it and take one step in that direction. I think it's really special too when we actually allow ourselves to live in that daydream. Because when we do, you can start to see how your life can change. And I wrote a few things down this morning that I really wanted to talk about. And the first one being that daydream is on your heart for a reason. And if you can hear on the mic, I'm like rubbing my heart. But the reason why I think it's so special and I can feel it so deeply in me is because I know it was made for me. So if you have something that you've been hearing in your head or feeling in your body, and you've been thinking about it over and over again, maybe for years, maybe for your whole life. I've had this dream my whole life. I didn't know how it was going to come to reality until really just last year, but I've had this dream in my heart my whole life. There's a reason you have a dream on your heart. You're supposed to take some steps to get there. Maybe your dream is to be like an astronaut. That'd be so cool. That's not my dream, but maybe it's yours. It's yours for a reason. And don't let other people come in and tell you that dream is crazy, because for them it is crazy. It's not their dream. It's yours. I've had so many people tell me like, oh, I could never stand on a stage. I could never be a public speaker. That dream is crazy. It's not crazy for me. It's my dream. It's my life. I get to live it how I want. So the one that's on your heart, maybe it's the astronaut, maybe it's the veterinarian, right? The things we tell ourselves when we're kids. What are these dreams that you have? Play with them. Step into them. It's on your heart for a reason. And you can even just like Google a course about it and see what comes up. Or you could take a step into maybe finding a podcast that is all about this topic. It just opens the door a little crack for you to start to live in that daydream a little bit more in this life that you're living. There's this song that I've heard recently, and it's called Daydream. And it talks about this. And I think this is why this is on my mind, because I've been listening to this song probably every day for the last couple weeks. And it talks about this daydream that you have. And what if you were to live in your daydream? What if you were to take that step? And instead of, I get distracted when comments come in. Jamie said, my daydream is a life of complete leisure, right? How beautiful would that be? And in this song, it talks about that daydream that you have. And instead of going to your day-to-day job and just being absolutely miserable, you're supposed to live in this daydream. Again, it's on your heart for a reason. And if I can repeat that over and over again today until you finally start to believe that maybe this crazy idea that you have in your head that everyone in the world thinks is weird actually might be made for you. And if you were to follow that, your life would look so much differently. I am here today to be living proof to you that that's the truth. When I finally stopped listening to what society told me I should be doing, what my team told me I should be doing, what my job, what my, university degree told me I should be doing, when I stopped listening to those things and actually followed my truth in my heart, it led me here to you. It led me to creating this podcast. It led me to using my voice in a way that I didn't even know I had in me. And most days I still don't know I have in me. In this song, it talks about if it makes you nervous, it's probably worth it. If it scares the hell out of you, it's worth it. Your dream needs to be so big that it scares you. I don't know about you, but mine's freaking scary. Coming live on here every week, and I've been doing this for 6 months or more, doing this live episode. It still scares me every time I hit that live button. I got to do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and like and a deep breath to do it. And I tell you this because I want you to know that it's not easy, that it's going to be scary. And if you're following that dream that you have on your heart, that daydream that you've been wanting for so long, especially if it's to be an astronaut, if you're following that, then that one is going to feel scary every day. That one's really going to feel deep. So as you go through the scary process, lean into it, follow it, allow yourself to get uncomfortable, allow yourself to get scared, because that's where the magic happens. The magic is already in you. You just have to step into it, and you really have to step into that fear and that unknown that we live in. And again, I've been doing that every day. Thankfully, my fear is really just to hit a live button and not to get in, a plane or something crazy and do something absolutely insane. But if it's yours, I challenge you to get uncomfortable with that. Do the crazy things. Follow your heart. It's on your heart for a reason. So if you're daydreaming with me today, I'd love to know in the comments, what is your daydream? What is a thing that lights you up? And if you're listening to this on the podcast later after the live, send me a message and tell me what your daydream is. What is that thing that you sit at your desk on the days when you really don't want to do like your data work for your business? And you're just sitting there dreaming of a moment, dreaming of a different life than the one you're living. What is it? What does it look like? What's your happy place look like? What does your dream life look like? And when you sit in that and allow yourself to feel it and write it down and even just hit send and send it to me, it really helps you to see what it is that your potential could be. Where are you going? What are you doing? I think today it's a really beautiful day as here we're sitting in some snow and enjoying this beautiful moment to think about the dreams that we have on our heart. And what would your life be looking like if you were doing this right now? How would your life look different? And I ask you these questions because I truly think that this is where your confidence can come from, by really figuring out what it is that you want and moving into that unconventional life that you have on your heart. It's there for a reason. So live in your daydream today. And if it scares you, well, then you're on the right path. It's supposed to scare you, especially if we're young, right? And I shouldn't even say that. It doesn't matter what age you are or where you're at in life. It should always scare you. So share with us what your daydream is and lean into it today on this beautiful Tuesday. I hope you have a wonderful day. I am so grateful that we could connect today. If you enjoyed today's episode, share it with a friend or on your social media and tag me so I can personally thank you for helping me grow this community and get my message out there. And don't forget, you deserve to embrace your truth. It's time to live life your way.